Hello again traders. Right, this is about the 5th or 6th attempt at this video, but I'm going to persevere because there's so much what I consider to be useful information and it really interesting. It's late on a Saturday afternoon, evening, well it's evening now, and if this chart looks a bit weird, it's because my broker stops for some reason with the data feed for the weekend, over the weekend at a weird time, and which is really annoying. Which means I have to switch to Hugo's way. This is my current broker, RSI Markets, but anyway, I digress. This will probably be a bit of a rambling video because I intended to make it at about this stage in the day when I took a trade, then went out for a walk and had a little think about it and realised that I needed to talk about this situation here. And then, apologies, I've also got a bit of a bunged up nose, not sure what's going on there. And also, this will be a longer than normal video because I haven't made a video for about a week or so. And bearing in mind I used to make 2 or 3 a day, but with over 900 videos up now, 924 in fact, this is number 924, I feel I've almost covered everything I need to. So, the added impetus to make this video was to answer a question by Lou on Twitter, Lou the Trader, you know who you are. Oh, and before I forget, Gaz, I hope you're alright. My bunged up nose and taking a couple of cold tablets made me think of you and your COVID and your extremely high temperature. I hope you're feeling better, mate. The last we heard from you was the 31st of March. It was now the 2nd of April, so please let us know how you are. Maybe you're in your shed with your feet up and cracked a couple of beers, but I hope that's the case anyway. Anyway, back to your question, Lou. You asked about do I always or do I not always wait for the bust, break and close of the RSI Histo? The answer is no. The reason being, I trust my indicators so much now and all my alerts that when my phone kicks off, you will know if you've followed previous videos and previous tweets that I've set up. I prefer to have phone alerts, so I'm not watching the charts, because you can easily get faked into the wrong sort of trades until by searching, hunting for them, when really all you need to do is trust your method, trust all your indicators. And I know a lot of anti-indicator traders, those wankers out there, in my opinion, I used to be one of them, don't trust their indicators, think they call them, what do they call them, delayed. They're not delayed at all. You know, some indicators, Bollinger's for example, are not just Bollinger's, what's the other one, Ichimoku, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, the cloud, I studied that at length too. They see that, they call that a leading indicator. Lagging, that was the word I was looking for. They say indicators lag. Absolute baloney. Don't believe anything any trader ever tells you, that's me included. Test everything yourself, because you will do yourself a big disservice if you believe all the crap these so-called traders talk about online. Anyway, apologies for the French language and all the bad language, and also the digression, as it were. But let's get back to Lou's question. He asked about do I wait for the bust, break and close? No, I don't need to anymore, because I know, I trust my indicators. They're non-lagging and all that malarkey, non-repainting, that's important. I know when that TMA slope turns green from nothingness, there is some serious momentum in the chart, in the price, and that's why I have the TMA on there as well as the RSI Histo. RSI Histo clean charts look fantastic, but the TMA gets me into divergence moves when sometimes the RSI Histo is clueless. Sometimes the RSI Histo gives me divergence moves when the TMA doesn't. So, and that leads me to another point as well. Sorry, I'm keep flipping about because I haven't made videos for a while. I always use, for this sort of analysis, especially on a weekend when all I've got is the cryptos to look at, I'm not aware of any USD type charts that I can look at the weekend, but the cryptos will tell me whether, because they're anti, if you like. They're the opposite to USD, you know, BTC USD, ETH USD, AUSD, BCH USD, depending on who your broker covers, or just use TradingView and get everything. You can build up a picture of whether you've got a weak dollar day, weak dollar weekend, or a strong dollar weekend. And so I use correlation to combine the information. I also, this is still regarding your question, Lou, I also use multi-time frame analysis, so I'm constantly flicking between, in this case, from M5 to M1, M5 to M15, M30, and so on, checking what's going on there. So to answer your question, and for others that haven't studied the bust, break and close, this is what I call a bust, break and close. Bust, pullback, to coin the proper phrase, and it is my phrase, another sort of 3CR eureka moment, RSI Histo eureka moment. Bust, pullback. When this one breaks and closes above the bust high or low, if it's a short trade, that is the proper entry. And as you can see there, this lovely 2B formation here that went up. I was out walking not walking the dog, just walking and dealing with horses. Sadly, I don't have a dog at the moment again. You got a 2B going on here, and I've got a massive 170 pip trade here. It went on to do about 500 pips, but I never worry about missing trades because there's so many of them. And the reason I've got that line here, so we're digressing now. Lou, hopefully I've covered your situation. That's strong momentum. Use the M1 to drop down and check things. You've got the 3CR there. You've got the normal, you've got a 1, 2, 3 higher low here. You know, you've got a 2B formation going on over here. You've got so much all here and here and here that confirms, you know, longs are good to go. Nasty spike down here. Don't know what caused that. Well, spike both ways actually on a 5-minute chart. Huge spikes both ways. Very nasty. But what I did was look at a couple of other pairs. If you look at, I think it was, I think I looked at DOT. I haven't got that on here, but you know, BTC, I stay clear of that because that is just a mad beast. But ADA, you can see same time. Not those nasty spikes. Clear, you don't want to be going short. Let's have a look at DOT on another chart. I've got another template set up. Excuse me, sniffing. There's no reason to go short on that either. I mean, lovely long, you know, this is where my trades on ETH took place. As you can see, there was absolutely no spike or anything involved there, so very interesting. Odd. I wonder what happened with ETH, but I'm not going to waste my time looking. Back to our chart. So let's talk about the other reason I wanted to make this video. I hope that's covered your question, Lou. Why didn't I get involved in this trade here? Well, firstly, I hadn't switched on my alerts. Lovely 2B reversal going on there as well. You got the trigger there and the alert, and it didn't really come to anything. You know, this you got to remember the spread on this thing is the equivalent of 4 or 5 pips, which is pretty horrendous, but the moves are pretty massive as well. So, you know, that's equivalent to, I'll just look at it, take a couple of decimal points off. It's like a 4 pip spread on 100 pip, 104 pip ADR, or the true ADR, that's just today's, is double that. So it's about, it moves about 191 pips a day. That's how I look at these, and this figure here represents 3 pips if you treat that as 191, or generally the spread seems to must be slippage or something involved, about 440 points, which is you know, by my reckoning 4 pips on a 191 pip mover. That's how I work it out anyway. Leverage and spreads and things all are broker related, so you need to work that out for yourself, something you need to do perhaps on demo trading, testing and working it out for yourself. That's how I do it. So back to this. This was not a good entry for a number of reasons compared to the one that I took over here. The fact was I wasn't looking for trades at that point in the day, but if we look at the differences on the M15, because I expected potentially a question to arise, why didn't I take the first trigger? That's it over here. There was no 3CR up, and there wasn't even a trend in terms of low, high, higher, low going on, really. It hadn't even broken the high of there, so it was totally different to what I actually took over here. So, and the way my alerts work, it was just just partly luck. Trading is a lot of luck and a lot of judgment, but there were reasons this wasn't a good potential entry here. Time of day, time of the hour, all those things have to be taken into account, and I talk about them all the time on my Twitter feed. Excuse me. I do mention, it's lucky. Oh, multi-time frame, momentum analysis as well. I always check that. So I'm always looking at the higher time frame to check that the momentum looks right. So you need to check my videos if they are currently available. If they're not, please don't ask me to make them available. They will become available, or occasionally ask by all means, but I will make them available as and when I feel that the interaction levels with the current videos have been correct, because the reason I made them private, as you will know if you follow me, is there was so little interaction, so little involvement, that I felt that there had to be a way to build up the momentum. I know that's probably tiresome for people that are already watching the videos and getting involved and retweeting them and helping other traders by keep retweeting them and stuff like that. Sorry for you guys, but the ones that don't get involved, then damn well get involved, because at the end of the day we're all here helping traders to get better. I'm paying forward the help that I had in the past from all the traders that are prepared to share their knowledge and try and encourage other traders to do to be their best trader, if you like. Bit of an odd phrase, but the best that you can, best of the best. So I think there was something else I was going to say about this particular chart set of. No, there wasn't actually. I think I've covered everything. No 2B reversal on the M15 there. 2B, 3CR I should say, apologies. No 3CR reversal at the stage that we got that. That is the 3CR candle. Whereas this one, the one I took, you can see the 3CR happened here. That was the 3CR candle. The only other thing, worth mentioning, I have this set up so that this arrow shows mid candle, and that means the level has been broken. In this case, the 20 level. I normally have it set to 18. It's just that I've got so many templates, haven't got this one set up quite correctly for my scalping. But it will trigger as soon as that price breaks, not closes, breaks the 18 or 20 in this case, and I will get in early if I'm about. And the alert happens, as I say, before the candle closes, and that's good enough for me to get in. I still use multi-time frame momentum analysis. That is every trade I use multi-time frame momentum analysis. So I check that the 30-minute has closed with positive green momentum, checking the TMA slope as well. I check the 15-minute, the hourly, even the H4, just to be. I don't want to be trading against the H4 momentum, if you know what I mean. So if H4 is red, it's not, you can't just take it as at face value. You have to do that multi-time frame analysis. But I want to see as many candles closed with my direction of trade as I possibly can. It doesn't have to be H4 or H1. It can be M30, M15, M5, and then use M1 for the tighter entry. But that's why I say screen time is so important, because you can't avoid it. You've got to do your 10,000 hours to become an expert at this, just like the athletes and the musicians and whatever are gamers and all that sort of thing. If you want to be the best that you can possibly be, you cannot cheat the system. And you just paying someone to teach you to trade is absolute. You might as well burn your money or send it to me, because you are just wasting it, in my opinion. And on that point, I could charge you to teach you to trade, but I know 90% will fail. I know 9 out of 10 or 90 out of 100 will not have what it takes to become a good trader, or profitable trader, should I say. So it's criminal. People shouldn't do it, in my opinion. That's why I'm so vehemently against it. So what else? Yeah, we've talked about the 1, 2, 3 higher low here. We've talked about the 2B patterns going on. Stunner at this point here, absolute stunner. Another convoluted 2B going on here, the high of that candle there. That's the poke or setup bar, as Vic calls it. That's the one that we needed to break the high of. That's what we did over here. Then we've come back, used it as support, and price has just taken off. 2B reversals all over the place. Absolutely amazing day. Bearing in mind this is Saturday, remember, trades everywhere. Every trade looks the same. So hopefully I've covered everything, and I've covered your question, Lou. Thanks for asking it, and have a great weekend, what's left of it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.